right?
Yep.
As I mumble about Lincoln Park. I gotta go get a toothpick, man. I have a piece of cheese stuck in the bridge of my tooth.
I
Oh,
hit
did you
ask
just ask a
question
question?
just to see if it will pop up when the broadcast comes back up.
Okay.
No, yeah.
I mean, I know that they're gonna answer. That's not the problem at all. I am showing broadcast. I'm not hearing broadcast currently.
Nope.
Stop, start.
Twitch.
I see the Taliban question. Just go ahead and reset my Twitch as well.
What the hell is going on?
Oh no, it's being weird. I see the regular question. I hear us too. So everything's rolling again on my thing.
All right.
Hello, and we're back. We're here.
So,
Kim,
this
the
is
only question missing. Everyone's locked in, so we're good. It was speaking of spells in the movie to resurrect someone. A tablet can be used to bring someone back from any type of death. But in the game, what is the cost of resurrection? The correct answer here is 1,000 gold and a diamond. A diamond with 1,000 gold, to be exact.
a diamond worth 1,000 gold. I guess I should
Yeah,
have
there.
that. Yeah.
Who says that money can't buy everything, including resurrection?
Dragons of the name Dungeons and Dragons are fearsome creatures capable of vast amounts of destruction. The evil aligned dragons tend to be based on primary colors. The good aligned dragons tend to be called what?
Actually, didn't know this. I probably should know this. The Taliban question has returned.
What is going on?
So it's doing that. What it does when we change to scoreboard, is it goes back to the last question you had up for the previous round. So what it's done is when that little glitch happened, it's looped back to when you did the scoreboard last, I believe, and that's why we're getting constant Taliban question. That's my guess, at least. And I'm a pretty big deal. I have many leather-bound books, so I'm kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big
These
deal.
are. This is your answer. I get the last one this time, don't I?
That'd be metallic dragons. Chromatic dragons are evil because they are red, blue, black, all that. Elemental dragons, all the dragons have access to the elements, and there are actually good aligned dragons, which again are called the metallic dragons. Those are your bronze, your silver, your gold, iron, all that.
Now it's time to fight on, my murder hobos. Okay, last question of the round. You survived. Tell us what edition Wizards of the Coast was most recently put out. So what's the most recent edition that Wizards of the Coast put out? That was grammatically written correctly, just stumbled over by me, so no worries.
Give me 2 seconds to be right back.
Doug is gone. Matthew Mercer is on the screen, so now I just get here and sit and talk in epic voice. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing tonight? Hope everyone is having a wonderful time. I'm very sorry that I have a terrible setup. Although I know I should be a voice actor, this mic does not portray the beauty, the elegance, or the depth of my voice. If you don't know a lot about Dungeons and Dragons, it's a fun game. If this round is your first introduction to it, which I highly doubt for all our nerd friends out there, it's enjoyable to do with friends and family. It's just a fun world to get into. Kim and I have had a campaign back in college with a friend who was obsessed with super in-depth storytelling, which in my opinion is the way to play the game. Rolling dice is fun, but you want to get involved in a story. And he turned our world into fairy tales. So when we arrived to the campaign, I just started dating Kim, and they had played a little bit before I got there. I think they played through a whole playthrough and had started like a second edition. Every NPC in the game was like a fairy tale character. It was Little Red Riding Hood. It was the Big Bad Wolf. I think one of the characters was the baker. Was the baker the not patty cake, but the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man was like our quest giver, and the whole point was that we actually learned that our characters were inside a storybook of fairy tales, and that's how the whole campaign played out. It was super neat. Currently, we sit on 5E. level 3 sorceress. D&D is well worth it. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, 5e, 5th edition, that's where they're at.
All right. Hold
I
on.
do love how I just rambled about D&D for a minute, then went and checked the answers, and everybody's like, screw D&D. It's weird. What you thinking? I see you over there pondering.
Hold on. I need to check something before we go into the next round because I
Hey, Taggy, what's
think.
up, dude?
I think
Did
Ryan.
Ryan's round screw up again?
I think so. I think he missed.
Something is messed up in his Excel or something. Something's
No,
wrong.
he's using the wrong number on the.
So it's multiple choice, and he didn't set it to multiple choice.
Yep.
There it is. All
Hold on.
right, Doug is
If
currently modifying the questions. While he does that, I'll continue to ramble about
All right. I will
D&D.
try to stay one ahead of you. If you just want to.
I'll knock the round out if you'll fix it. Currently, it's not showing the first one is fixed, but you tell me when. There
When?
it is. Okay. All right, so the next round, written by our beautiful, mighty moderator and the Hammer of Justice, is musical instruments. We're all band nerds, so this is what you get when you get us. What is the world's top-selling instrument? Oddly enough, the one that is correct had 3 million sold globally each year. Oh, bunghole Dylan. How wrong you are. No one buys that for anyone because everyone hates that instrument. And I say this because I owned one.
I didn't
My
see what
dad
he
is a
answered,
big music
but
buff.
I know that it's not one of the ones that I play, so it's fine.
Oh, no. I'll explain. Kim is our only answer not locked in. Bunghole Dylan is the only one that put drum set. Parents hate to buy their children drum sets. What's up, Ryan? Just got you around, man. The correct answer here is the harmonica, but yeah, 3 million a year sold globally. Drum sets, parents hate to buy for their kids. The only people who buy drum sets are either like teenagers who can save up $300 and steal it from the music outlet near their house, or like parents who are committed to letting their kids play drum set and they have a soundproof room somewhere in their house. My parents had a whole shop that hid the drum set, so, and my dad's a big music guy, so we were a musical family. What famous inventor made the glass harmonica, aka the armonica? I didn't know this was a thing. I learned something new every day. I would have just called it the glamonica, most likely, or you could have called it the assmonica.
All right. I have. We're good.
I was talking about my beautiful speaking voice while you were gone. It was fun. I had a good time. Would do again. Bunghole Ross, bringing up the rear. As all. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track of who's been bringing up the rear.
The bungholes, obviously.
No, well, Kim.
That's
Kim
rear.
has been bringing up the rear, oddly enough. Mainly because she just doesn't exist currently. We await the bunghole Ross. Oh yeah, but the almighty moderator showed up. He's in chat. The band Hammer himself. What is the hammer, Doug?
The hammer's my penis.
There it is. All right, correct answer here is Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin invented the glass harmonica in 1761. It's a series of glass bowls arranged horizontally in graduated sizes, larger to smaller, that produce music through friction.
And Eli Whitney made the cotton gin.
Yes, he did. Bravo, Doug.
What
Hi.
animal jawbone makes a popular percussion instrument in some parts of Latin America that is commonly known as a curada or churrasca in Spanish?
I have to. I have to go get a toothpick. I'm going to go crazy.
All right, so he's gonna try to. Okay. I'm kind of thrown off by him saying toothpick and then just going, but. All right, that's everyone. So that'd be equine. So the Quijada, Churrasca, or jawbone in English, is a idiophone percussion instrument made from the jawbone of a donkey horse, mule, or cattle, producing a powerful buzzing sound. The jawbone is cleaned of tissue and dried to make the teeth loose and act as a rattle. Yeah, well, Ryan, I'd feel more comfortable if you used the correct format when you put the questions in, because these were all free response. To what class of instrument does the piano belong to? I'm just messing with you, Ryan. It really wasn't that hard of a fix. It was literally just like hitting a couple buttons. Oops. So, piano, as you play it, do, you know, of Blues Brothers fame. Just kidding. Of Mozart fame. Actually, that was the harpsichord, not the piano. But the answer is it is actually a percussion instrument, because every time you push down a key, a hammer whacks the string, and that's what creates the sound. But since it's a hammer hitting something, that makes it a percussion instrument.
Ta-da! We on question number 37?
We are indeed.
What popular guitarist's guitar was sold for $6.1 million at auction in 2020, making it the most expensive guitar ever sold? I had to like brush my teeth. That's how the struggle was. That piece of cheese was committed to my mouth.
Jeez, I can eat cheese again. I'm so
Yes,
happy.
Doug, you can eat cheese again.
Correction. I could have eaten cheese this whole week, and I did. Like there's kosher Passover cheese, but I can have cheese on a hamburger. Also, if you're gonna go to any games this year, you need to go to the VT Purdue game.
I'm going to them all, but
me, Allie, Marvin, Allie's parents. I have a new grill that we're bringing. It's got a cast iron, like, yes, Perdon't, I know. It's got a cast iron, like, side that you can make, like, eggs and omelets and stuff, and then, like, a slotted side that you put, like, burgers, and I'm so excited. Plus, we have a pop-up. We have, like, all the stuff to make an awesome tailgate, so you need to come hang out with us.
I mean, we'll be there, for sure. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
The correct answer here is Kurt Cobain. His 1959 Martin D18E was sold in auction in 2020. I'm trying to remember what my dad has. My dad has two Martins. I think they're D25s. That's how old Cobain's guitar was.
In what ancient civilization was one of the oldest string instruments ever, the bull harp or the bull-headed lyre, discovered? Secret tunnel. Secret
I love how
tunnel.
that's where your mind went.
Well, no, that's the gift.
I don't know why. Well, yeah. You were reading the GIF in my head. It was tell me more, because I just want to know about this, but that makes no sense. I don't know. My brain goes to weird places, man. Looks like the Hurricanes are actually gonna win another game. We lost 3 in a row. That's the last game of the season. And if we win, we possibly still tie with stinking New Jersey to lead the Metro. Life's weird.
I mean, you're still going to the playoffs, so.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, we were, like, comfortably in first place and had to play Montreal and, like, another Detroit. We had to play Montreal twice and Detroit and lost 3 games in a row.
I mean,
they are, like, tanking for picks.
It's
set. Where y'all at?
We're fourth in the conference, second in our division. So it's Knights, Oilers, Stars, then us. But on our division, it's Stars, us, Wild, Jets.
What's wrong with you guys?
I don't know. We only got 105 points.
Y'all are like good. Y'all have 105. We are so. I think we're the second.
You're 111. Bruins.
Yeah, we're the second best team.
Yeah, the Bruins destroyed
the Bruins set like all kinds of records, dude. It was nuts. But we're the second best team in hockey.
I mean, they're
right behind us, the third best team.
Yeah, I mean, they locked the President's Cup like 3 weeks ago. So
yeah, it was nuts. Anyway, correct answer.
That would be Mesopotamia. It's discovered in the ruins of the ancient Mesopotamian city of Ur. Modern. I don't know if that's Iraq or Iran, because IRAW could be either of them.
Well, W is beside the Q. It's Iraq.
Iraq.
It's definitely
And
also
is,
Iraq.
and
because
is
I know where
believed
Ur
to
is,
have been
'cause
made.
Ur is in the Bible.
And is believed to have been made sometime between 2550 and 2450 BCE.
So you want your fun trivia fact of the night?
Sure.
You know whose family was from Ur, biblically? Because I believe it to be true, but I know some people don't.
Who?
So Moses' dad was from Ur. Moses' family lived in Ur. Or I think it might have been Abraham. I think it was Abraham's, because when the children of Israel were leaving, they didn't want to leave Ur, basically. But anyway,
They shouldn't have left Ur. They were given
the land of milk and honey.
they were given the mount and told not to leave it, and they saw upon Egypt and decided to leave the mount, in which case they were enslaved for 400 years, and then they
Hey.
I
They
hey
had to suffer
the-
so that they could
the-
have the land of
the
milk and
s-
honey.
no they had the land of milk and honey, and they not Canaan they had I forget what the mount was, but they left that because the Seder was last Wednesday. I remember the story because I had to read.
Yeah, I know.
And they left the mount, even though God told them not to, because if they left the mount, they would be enslaved for 400 years. So they left the mount, they were enslaved for 400 years in Egypt to leave it. They came back to Canaan. They ran away from Canaan, which is why they were lost for 40 years, or they wandered for 400 years. I mean, but honestly, if you've been
And their shoes and their clothes grew with them, because biblically, that's neat.
Yep. But also, if you've been in a car with a Jewish mother, you can understand why they were lost for 40 years. I mean...
Oh, that was a joke. All right, yeah, no, I was right. It's
Abraham. That's real life.
Born in Ur. Yes, it is. How many parts does a typical piano have? Let's get out of here before Doug's wife finds this VOD. But yeah, Abraham was from Ur. I knew I got sidetracked by Moses. I was like, Moses ain't right. Homeboy lived in Egypt with Pharaoh for a while. I was wrong.
Things I've also recently learned is that the Quran is not separate from the Bible. It is written as essentially God came back down and said, like, yo, bunch of humans are messing with this. I'm tired of that shit. I'm writing this one more time. You cannot mess with this. This is my final word.
Quran is the Muslim Bible, right?
Correct.
And then the Jewish Bible is literally just the first 5 books of the Bible.
Plus three
Genesis.
more. It's the
because I know it's Genesis through Numbers. Oh, I am so excited to get to a question next round.
Not the Quran. It's the 1 second.
Sorry, I said the Jewish Bible, the Hebrew Bible. The Hebrew Bible, as Doug goes to review this. I'm trying to get down here. Oh yeah, the 3 are the Judaism's 3, which is the Torah,
yeah.
and the Ketvim, the prophets, the writings, and the instruction. The Old Testament Christianity is the other ones.
But yeah, so the piano has 1,020 or 120,000 parts. The grand piano has
Ben is hilarious.
All right.
Curveball?
Yep. Well, you.
What is the name of the band in Mos Eisley's Cantina in Star Wars: A New Hope? Dear God, what? That's a curveball, Ryan.
Ben's gonna get this somehow. I don't know how,
You
but
think
Ben's gonna get this. Yeah.
I don't think Ben's gonna get this. No way. This is like, this is some obscure Star Wars knowledge. I will be impressed. I would have called him the, oh no. Jordan Martin just got hurt. I definitely would have just called them the Cantina Band. Exactly. And for the people who have already put in Cantina Band and feel like I've ruined that for you, trust me, no one else is getting this right. If you were guessing Cantina Band, you ain't got it. I like the Easy Street Band. New personal favorite. No clue. The swings and the misses are real. We miss Elaine and John. It's something, as I recall, I don't think Elaine and John adore Star Wars, if I remember correctly. But I may be wrong. I may be confusing that with someone else. Hacky. Two periods over, Kane played 2-0.
I know the background to this.
It's like friggin' something. I want to give a quarter credit to Elaine and John, but they didn't lose anything. So I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm going to give it correct, and I'm going to custom give them, like, 2 points.
Give them 2 points. That is worth 2 points, because the correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, is the Figrin Dawn, Figrin, Figrin, space D, apostrophe AN. How have they not made people spell this on, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And the Modal notes, M-O-D-A-L.
Modal.
In case I pronounced that wrong. Thank you.
Okay, so it's a play on the Frisian scale, which is a type of dominant. When you talk about like dominant or major and minor, major tends to be dominant, so it's a Frisian scale, which is a dominant or major. Modal notes are minor, so it's essentially like the major minor band.
Huh. That's actually really cool.
All right.
Well, guess what,
last round. Let's give us your scores going in. Bunghole Odenkirk with 76.957. Sideshow Bunghole with 71.189. Millie Bunghole Brown with 61.773. Bunghole Dylan 60.196. Bunghole Ross 54.569. Scraps and Tiny Yorkies 51.594. Elaine and John 51.051. And in 8th place. Well, it doesn't matter because she stopped answering questions. But
she had to stop answering because apparently her and my mother are reviewing a random artist my mom found online who has really weird paintings.
All right, well, this is your round,
John,
so...
I apologize. This is my round. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Yeah, y'all know I watch NASCAR. If you don't know I watch NASCAR, there's a die cast right here. They're everywhere. I drive on the regular. It's what my YouTube channel is for iRacing, which is all NASCAR content. So guess what? Next week is Talladega. Talladega is the biggest and the baddest race around. So why don't we have a round on Talladega Nights? Because that's the biggest NASCAR movie in the past 25 years. And because most people don't know a lot about NASCAR. Anyway, focusing on Talladega Nights. When Ricky is on fire, what deity does he not call out to? I was enjoying our conversation earlier because the options here are Buddha, Allah, Jesus, and Jewish God.
I mean, honestly, like, Christian God is just, like, God light. Minus the fire and brimstone and frogs and firstborn.
It does depend on the Christian you're talking about, but yeah. The God of my days and my childhood is definitely Christian fire and brimstone.
But that's Southern Baptist. Like, that's...
I am not Southern Baptist. I am from the South. I am a Baptist. I am an independent Baptist. There is a giant difference. But anyway, I digress.
But please tell me how Southern Baptist fire and brimstone is different than Independent Baptist fire and brimstone.
So
it's
Southern
still
Baptist
fire and brimstone.
Is based out. They're based out of a convention. So Southern Baptist fire and brimstone would be much like Catholic fire and brimstone, where they have a group of people that decide and then dictate it to the people. Whereas Independent Baptists, we make our own rules. So it's basically whatever my dad was taught, and he went into the church and they all agreed. The church as a unit agrees on their own version. So basically, we're just like, we're gonna make our own rules.
It's fiefdoms versus kingdoms.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, that's absolutely what it is. And my dad, for a long time, was a missionary Baptist, which just meant we support missions. That was like a huge part of the church was sending people abroad. But anyway.
So like the Stormin' Mormons.
like the storm. It's exactly like the Storming Mormons. I remember talking to so many people who were super white that had spent like half of their childhood in the Philippines. But anyway,
we were
I
we were
digress.
we were driving by. We're driving down like the main road that goes to like our side. Well, it's this main road. The front half is a separate subdivision from the back half. So in the front half, as we're driving by, there's like a church on the left. We go about like a quarter mile past that, and there are two Mormons in the full like white short sleeve button down black tie slack regalia, who have cornered this poor woman who's walking her dog, and you can tell she's trying everything to be like, I'm sorry, bye. I'm sorry, bye. But as she keeps like trying to shift, they like shift to make sure she can't
Just
leave.
staying with her. Just like slowly inching with her.
But they're
like
doing
the
it in
blob.
like the brief moment I see them, they're doing it in such a polite way, and I'm like,
Yeah, no, Mormons are super nice, man.
so like as I'm watching this, I'm like, she's trying to get away. I've seen this before. I know this move. I've seen this before.
I know this.
And she's like trying to get, and her little like chihuahua is like pulling as hard as it can against the leash, because even it knows like no.
Mormons are literally like, you activated my trap card.
All right, so
Anyway,
early on in the movie, Ricky is
Hold on, we
working.
didn't give the correct answer.
Oh, my
Ricky
bad.
Bobby doesn't call out to Buddha. He calls out to Allah, Jesus, and Jewish God, but
And
not
Tom
Buddha.
Cruise and Oprah.
And yeah, he does a lot of other things. Those aren't deities to most people.
Early
Only
on
some.
in the movie, Ricky is working for a pit crew when he gets his big break. What position does he hold on the pit crew?
They're only. Oh God, Doug, you would find one of the gifts of one of the pit crew members being ran over. Pit crew members are insanely in shape to be big giant dudes that tote tires. I'm not gonna lie. Last week, my driver is getting an adjustment done. For those who don't know, you're getting random NASCAR facts because that's what this round is here for, so I can ramble about NASCAR. They put wedge in the car or take it out of the car, and basically it's just a wrench that they put in the back window, and it raises or lowers the suspension springs, yada yada yada. The wrench got stuck in the car, and the pit crew member went to pull it out and missed, and the guy drove out with it still sticking out of the back of the car. So he gets black flagged and is forced to come back in. But as he's driving away, two different members of the pit crew dive at the wrench, get a hold of it, get pulled by the car, and fall down. Like they tried so hard and failed to grab that wrench. All right, what you got?
He is a jack man.
He is a jack man. He's picking the car up so they can put the tires on. After making the jump to the cup cars, Ricky gets many sponsors. Tell me which one is his biggest and main sponsor. Pretty much all of the provided answers were sponsors on Ricky Bobby's car, but he has a main sponsor which takes up the majority of the car, and that would be the correct answer. And as most of you seem to have remembered, that was the Wonder Bread. Very good. All right. Doug ponders over something. Do you want me to read the next one?
No, I got it.
Okay.
At the dinner table, Ricky Bobby thanks the Lord for the
Thanks.
feast his wife slaved over to prepare. What fast food restaurant isn't mentioned in the prayer?
Yeah, no, she slaved over all of their takeout food. I must ask, is the question currently being asked? Because mine still says ask question, and the last time that happened, I ended the question.
All right, it should be.
Okay, good. Good, I see it now. I was concerned. I didn't want to click the button and be like, well, ruined it again. Oh, Ricky Bobby. I didn't put anything about the sweet 8-pound, 9-ounce infant baby Jesus. I thought about it.
Okay,
wondered if
so
people would argue with me over this.
speaking of Dr. Mario,
Oh boy, we're back to Dr. Mario.
this is the video I've been looking for forever.
Dear God. Yep, we'll get back to that in a minute. What's the correct answer?
It'd be McDonald's, KFC,
There's-
Domino's, and Taco Bell, which
He
also
literally mentions all three of them, and they're on the table. Amazing.
I was scrolling through Facebook and one of my buddies posted a article that said like Taco Bell is the healthiest fast food. And when it goes into the article, it's about like their Fresca menu and like they offer salads and but like if you're talking about percentage wise, the percentage of healthy items on Taco Bell's menu is more than other fast food restaurants. And the first comment I put was, I'm going to just take the headline of this article, take it wildly out of proportion just to support my love of Taco Bell, and no one's going to stop me.
Get wrecked! That's amazing. What,
I'm gonna eat like 4 million 5-layer burritos,
tacos, let's go.
get fat, and then go to court and be like, because it was
I'm
something like
healthy, damn it.
it was like the New York Times or Business Insider or something who wrote it, and I'll be like, this article told me that it was healthy.
And now I have to have 14 surgeries to reduce me back down to 400 pounds. Dear Lord, that's amazing. What family restaurant do the Bobbies get thrown out of before Ricky's dad runs off again? If you don't remember, this is the scene where Ricky's dad has returned. All seems to be well, and then he throws a hissy fit. They get kicked out of the restaurant, and he runs away yet again. I hear Kim, like, animatedly talking to my mother. I'm concerned. She doesn't talk on the phone for more than like 5 minutes to anyone, including me. They get kicked out of an Applebee's. As I recall, he gets mad about the way his steak's cooked or something. Like he throws some stupid fit.
It was like the fajitas and like he didn't want onions in it.
That's it. They put onions on his steak. That's what it was.
No, that was it. Yeah, it was a
onion.
It was like an onion sauce or something. He's like, I specifically said no onions on my steak. Oh, I'm sorry, you said extra onions. No, I specifically said no onion. Well, I've got it right here. Now, don't try to correct me, honey.
Yep, that's the one.
That was the one I was starting to fall asleep at my bachelor party, and then just like...
I remember. I remember. That was the other reason I really wanted to do this, was I remember watching it at your bachelor party for the first time forever.
What league does the Frenchman Jean Girard leave to join NASCAR and defeat Ricky Bobby?
I literally typed it in as Jean Girard the first time, and then realized that they spell it John.
Yeah.
Like the character's name is John.
And instead of the French way to spell it, which is Jean.
Jean. Yeah, that's how I typed it in when I was writing the question. Then I looked back at my reference and I was like,
John.
John? Really?
So like, I was looking. I'm like, that's not his full name, because he has like a full name that they mentioned several times, and then I realized that I was thinking of Letterkenny and Shorzy, whereas JJ Frankie JJ, and I was like, no, it's Jean-Jacques something Gerard Jean-Jacques.
Dear Lord, I just can't believe it's just John. That blew my mind.
Yep.
Anyway, what does he participate in?
That's F1.
Penultimate question.
You're so bad. Is your name maybe Ricky Bobby?
By contract, what is Ricky required to mention every time he says grace? Was actually the question. I was like, every time that he prays, what is he obligated to mention? There's so many good options for this question.
I literally had a client today.
Yes.
Who asked me, because he made a quote about Talladega.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. You know, I just, like, my buddy just wrote this round that I wrote up, blah, blah, and he's like, please tell me one of the rounds is the flavor that they say that they're looking forward to being released.
I almost made this question the flavor. but I didn't want to get overly specific because if y'all haven't noticed, this was just a fun roundabout Talladega Night. So I didn't want to get too into the weeds of the movie, but it's the Blue Rockin' Raspberry or Blue Rocky Mountain Raspberry or something.
It's like it's Mountain Mist's Blueberry.
Mountain's Mist Blueberry. That's it. Yep. It's basically Blue Powerade because he has to mention Powerade.
Yep.
I loved how I wrote this last question. Have fun.
In a twist that some might call an oddly swerving baseball, your last question is about real NASCAR. What famous driver was known for dominating and intimidating the competition at Dega by winning 10 races there, more than anyone else?
I would love... I love how you put the note down there. That wasn't even a note.
Oh, I know.
That was just like my thing to you guys. You
I know.
That in the notes.
I had to put that, though. I absolutely love that.
What I'd love to answer for the bonus question here is combined with another... And you can't answer this because I'd have to say something and it'd just be dumb. But combined with another driver... The amount of wins at this track between two of them is insane for like a track to have wins. I'll explain. But anyway, I love how many driver answers are coming in here. I'm so proud of you all. All of these drivers have been retired for at least 10 years.
So, I recently learned, like in the last couple days, that one of the women who was in my grad program, but a year below me, is like a first cousin to a current NASCAR racer.
Wait, who? What? Who?
I don't remember.
That out, but I'm intrigued. Because as you know, I keep up with current NASCAR. Also, why aren't you meeting me at Martinsville this Sunday?
Because I'm going on a cruise that I board at 11 a.m.
Ooh. Kim refused to drive 2 hours to the racetrack with me. I'm very sad. Tickets were only $50. Anyway, your hint here was... Doug, what was the hint here that should have given it away? I wonder if you picked it up.
I'm assuming intimidating and dominating.
Correct. Intimidating was the hint because Dale Earnhardt was known as the Intimidator. Correct answer here is Dale Earnhardt. He won 10 races, more than... I think that's like the most wins by anybody at a single track. And if it isn't, it's definitely the most at a super speedway. He only won the Daytona 500 once. He won at Daytona many times. If you don't know, Talladega and Daytona are super speedway races. And there's this weird thing where the cars all go the same speed, but they draft with each other. And they always said that Earnhardt could see the draft. He was that good at it. But him and his son combined, Dale and Dale Jr., have 18 wins.
Jeez.
At Talladega combined. So Dale Jr. won 8 there. Dale won 10. My favorite driver, Mark Martin, I think won 1 at Talladega, and he was 5-time runner-up for the Cup Championship. So it's really hard to win there. But anyway, yes, Mr. Earnhardt is the final question. And as Doug put in the notes, raise hell and praise Dale. We're done for the night.
Thank you, everyone. Correction. Lucas and company will be back next week. I will be somewhere in the Bahamas. The Caribbean. I will not be in the Bahamas. I'm going to bring back video, but the winner in first place is Bunghole Odenkirk with 85.652. Second place, Sideshow Bunghole 77.933. Bunghole Ross 74.089. Fourth place, Bunghole Dylan. Fifth place, Elaine and John. Sixth place, Millie Bunghole Brown. Seventh place, Scrapson Tiny Yorkies.
There it is.
Thank you all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for coming. We're glad you decided to spend your Thursday night with us as usual. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good time. If the winner will, please join the Discord, which you're probably already a member of, and shoot me that sweet, sweet message, and you'll get your beautiful Amazon gift card with which to go buy whatever you order on the regular, like AIM toothpaste or shampoo like Kim and I do every 2 weeks, instead of getting it from the grocery store because we're lazy. But anyway, like I said, thank you all for coming. We love you all and appreciate you. We're glad that you choose to spend time with us. It's always a blast. I promise I will not be terrible audioed up, and we'll actually have a machine that can stream trivia on Thursday night, good Lord willing, and the CPU cooler makes it in. Have a wonderful end to your week and leading into your weekend. Goodbye to Doug. Hope he has a wonderful honeymoon. Doug, tell them how you feel.
If no one has told you this week that they're proud of you, we're proud of you. We love you, and you're worth everything that no one has given you credit for. So, we will see. Lucas will see you. I will try my absolute best to watch and maybe comment. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know the time zones. I don't know all that stuff, but I will do my absolute best to be here with you in spirit. But we love you all. Y'all are amazing.